Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to Stateside Footy. Before we get into today's video, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button, but also make sure to hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any upcoming content from Stateside Footy. Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to Stateside Footy. It is Monday afternoon, and that means it's time for Yanks Abroad, the recap of the weekend for U.S. men's national team players playing overseas. And I'm absolutely excited because we had a fantastic weekend. So let's go ahead and get to it. And we begin in England. First off, let's talk about Tyler Adams, who finally made his season debut for Bournemouth in a 1-1 draw versus Aston Villa. He only appeared for 9 minutes. So, it's not necessarily about the numbers for Tyler. It's just the fact that it's good to see him back up on the pitch. And the more that he gets match fit, the better that we're going to be able to assess his play. He only made 3 touches in this match, 3 of 3 on his accurate passes, but whatever, man. It is what it is. It's nice to see him, and it's perfect timing, too, as we get into the November windows when we start playing Jamaica. So I'm absolutely excited, and it's great to have Tyler back. So congratulations, Tyler. Hopefully everything works out, and we'll see you in November. Moving on now to Anthony Robinson, who his Fulham squad drew 1-1 with Everton. It was actually quite heartbreaking, too, because Fulham pretty much dominated that match. And then, of course, Everton, gets a miraculous winner in second half stoppage time and to rob Fulham of the full 3 points. But Anthony was absolutely fantastic. I had him at a 7 rating. He did play the full 90. He had 1 shot on goal this weekend. He had 79 total touches, 40 of 48 passing, 4 passes into the final third, 9 defensive actions, 5 recoveries. This was exactly what Anthony Robinson does week in, week out. That is why, next to Christian Pulisic, he is one of our most valuable players for USMNT, and he just continues to deliver consistently week after week. Bam, 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 bam. Love Anthony Robinson. Moving to the championship now. We turn to Brendan Aronson, whose Leeds United drew 0-0 with Bristol City. Wasn't a great weekend for Brendan. Had him rated at a 6.5. Played the entire 90. I think he had 3 shots on net, 60 total touches, 7 in the box, 31 of 38 passes, 2 passes into the final third. Outside of that, it wasn't that great of I wouldn't say that it was a terrible performance, but it also wasn't a great performance. It was about as mid as you're going to be able to get. Defensively, he was 50% on ground duels. But that being said, week in and week out, these are the type of performances that Brendan's going to turn in. But the one thing that you can always count on is his work rate, his hustle, his ability to press. And that's why Brendan keeps getting brought into the U.S. men's national team camps, because there's that certain element that he provides. Turning to Aidan Morris, whose Middlesbrough drew 3-3 with Norwich City. He also had a very mid performance. I had him at a 6.6 rating. He did play 89 minutes, 95 touches, 2 in the opposition box, 69 of 74 passes, 9 passes into the final third, 6 of 12 ground duels, 5 recoveries. So defensively, it's pretty solid. 50% on the ground duels. But, this is Aiden's first go-round in the championship, and so far he's been passing with flying colors. I would not be surprised if he gets called into the November camp. So very mid-performance from Aiden. Turning to the opposite side of the pitch, Norwich City, Josh Sargent. What a difference a week makes. Last week, he had the assist. This week, I had him rated at a 6.4. He played 89 minutes, 2 chances created. He didn't really put anything on net. 18 touches, 2 in the box, 99 passing. It is what it is, man. That's the thing. It's like Josh is very consistent, and everybody knows that I'm in, camp Josh Sargent. But this was not, a very good performance from Josh, and that's the thing. At least I can be biased about it. Like, I understand. Yes, I am completely biased, but that being said, when it's time to call it out, I'm the first one to do it. And Josh, again, this week, man, it was completely mid. How about Haji Wright? His Coventry City ends up beating Luton Town, and Haji gets the winning goal in second half stoppage time. I had him rated out at 8.4. He played the full 90, 1 goal on 7 shots, 4 chances created, 49 touches, 12 in the box, 14 of 18 passes. And this is fantastic for Haji because he's kind of been stuck a little bit. He had lost some playing time there for a minute, got benched, and now all of a sudden Haji looks like he's rounding back into form. And again, timing is everything, and this is going to be pivotal come the November camps. And you want your best people in form for that for that series of Nations League matches versus Jamaica. So it's nice to see Haji get this massive goal. It does everything for confidence. And this was a very good result for Coventry City and a very good performance from Haji Wright. So all in all, I would say that the performances in England this weekend were above average. There were a couple of mid performances, but overall, I would actually rate this out really high. I thought I thought Anthony Robinson, Haji Wright led the way, and all of it was good. So let's turn our attention now to Italy, and of course, we begin with Christian Pulisic. And of course, at this recording, AC Milan has yet to play Napoli. That goes down tomorrow. So the last performance we had was the 3-1 win against Club Brugge in the Champions League, and of course, Captain America does it again. He scored in this one. And of course, that was the Olympico goal off the corner. I had him rated out at 8.6. He played the full 90. He did get the goal that we just mentioned on 3 shots. He had 3 chances created, 59 total touches, 8 in the box, 41 of 43 passing. And defensively, he was pretty solid too, 4 or 5 ground duels. I mean, this is, we talk about Anthony Robinson and his consistency. Christian Pulisic takes consistency to a different level, man. He is literally just unbelievable. I think he's created, outside of, I want to say, the last Champions League match that they had, he has produced a goal contribution, and I think something ridiculous, like 12 straight appearances. This dude is absolutely on fire. And again, you can't say enough about form and consistency. This dude is going to be coming into the November camp red hot. Christian is just, out of this world talented. And I would probably go so far as to say that he right now is the best player in Serie A. I would say that he's a top 50 player in the world. Some might even say top 25. I think playing wise, like as far as like in form right now, I would probably agree with that. Christian is now rounding that arc to becoming, just a world-class player. Also appearing in this Champions League victory was Yunus Musa. Only played 15 minutes, rated out about a 6, 21 of 22 passes forward to the final third on 24 total touches. Outside of that, we keep seeing this every single week where he doesn't necessarily have a position on the field for AC Milan. And because of that, we're not seeing the top end ceiling of his talent. And it seems to be muted a little bit at AC Milan. I would like to see Yunus move off from AC to a team that's going to commit to him as a starter. Obviously, we won't be able to do that until the January window. But again, I guess you can say it was a nice showing for Yunus. But that being said, man, there was just not enough time for him to show his top level talent. How about we turn our attention to Juventus? They drew 4-4 with Inter Milan, and Weston McKennie, man, this dude is starting to round into form. He had 2 assists on 2 chances created. I had him rated out at an 8.0. He played 83 minutes, 25 touches, 5 in the opposition box, 15 at 21 passing. Weston is now starting to round into form. And we're starting to see what makes Weston so good, which is not necessarily the goals, but also the goal contributions, which is, last year, I think he led Serie A in assists. And this is absolutely fantastic as far as the U.S. men's national team is concerned, because now all of a sudden you're going to get a Weston McKennie back healthy in camp and at top form at the right time. I can't say enough about his performance versus Inter. It was absolutely fantastic, and congratulations, Wes. It was much earned. Also making an appearance in this one was Timothy Weah. He had a goal on 2 shots. I had him rated out at a 7.4. He played 62 minutes, 26 total touches, 15 of 18 of passing, 3 into the final third. And this is also fantastic news, because the element of what Tim brings to the team is that speed on the wings, the ability to get downfield, stretch defenses, and be able to use that top end speed. His ability to create chances, especially from those wings balls into the box. It's going to be awesome to have Timothy Weah back. And it's nice to see him get on the score sheet as well too. So again, this is like and I keep saying timing. Timing is everything when it comes to this. And Weah was certainly an element of that as well too. So congratulations, Tim, on the goal. And congratulations to Juventus for getting a result versus Inter. Lastly, in Italy, Gianluca Busio, whose Venezia side drew 2-2 with Monza. I had him rated at 6.9. He played 89 minutes, 41 touches, 17 of 29 passing, 4 of 8 ground duels. Defensively, he did get a yellow in this one as well too. It was mid. That's about as much as I can say. Venezia is going to be a team that's going to get relegated this year. It's unfortunate, but as far as I'm concerned, Busio, if he's not the best player on the pitch, he's definitely one of the top 2 for Venezia on the pitch. But again, Serie A is, for at least Venezia's standpoint, is it's going to be a little bit too much for them, and so you're going to have these type of performances. And say what you will about Monza. They're not the greatest team in the world, but that being said, every week it's going to be a test for Venezia and Gianluca Busio. But that being said, overall, Italy was absolutely fantastic this week for the U.S. men's national team. Pulisic, Weah, and McKennie all get goal contributions. So congratulations to those 3. And I'm very much looking forward to seeing him in camp in November. Turning our attention to France now, Mark McKenzie and his Toulouse side won this week 3-0 versus Montpellier. He was fantastic, man. Absolutely fantastic. I had rated him out at 7. He played 80 minutes. He had 55 touches, 43 of 43, 100% passing rate, 3 passes into the final third. He had 6 defensive actions, 3 clearances, 3 headed clearances, 1 of 1 aerial duels, 3 of 4 ground duels. And I love this because, again, we talk about timing and we talk about form, and now all of a sudden we get a center back that is rounding out potentially into form at a perfect time, because, again, Chris Richards is out, and we're going to need that stability at the center back position. And it's nice to see Mark McKenzie turn in these type of performances. Absolutely brilliant. And this makes me absolutely happy to see. So congratulations, Mark. That was awesome. And lastly, in France, Tanner Tessman and Lyon drew 2-2 with Auxerre. I had him rated at a 7.2. He played a full 90, 60 touches, 36 of 41 passes, 5 corners, 10 defensive actions, 5 clearances, 3 recoveries, and he was 3 of 6 on ground duels. And Tanner had a brilliant performance this weekend as well too. So both of those guys standing out for the U.S. men's national team. What I like about Tanner's performance is, now that we have Tyler back, we're seeing some of these performances at this position that are going to be able to push Tyler up, right? Competition is good for everyone, including Tyler Adams, who is now just, Granted, he's just getting back into the swing of things, but as this thing progresses, when you have somebody pushing up at you, it's only going to make you better. And I love the fact that Tanner was able to have this performance this weekend, and hopefully the consistency follows. Turning our attention to Germany, and we begin with Julian Green, who plays for Gurien Fürth in the second Bundesliga. His side beat Schalke 4-3. I had it rated at a 7.7. He played the full 90. He got an assist this week on 4 chances created, 77 touches, 55 of 59 passes. 4 of those passes were into the final third. He took 4 corners. He had 9 defensive actions, 3 interceptions, 3 recoveries. This dude is just consistent week in and week out. And it's going to be interesting to see if Mauricio Pochettino recognizes it and feels like this is something that would raise the bottom level of the U.S. men's national team. Not a lot of people are talking about Julian, but that being said, man, the more and more that I talk about it, hopefully word gets out, and we can start seeing maybe some movement when it comes to getting call-ups to the national team. He's been performing absolutely brilliant this year. It's nice to see. How about Leonard Maloney? His Heidenheim side drew 0-0 with Hoffenheim. He was pretty good, man. I had him rated out at a 7.1. He played the full 90, 48 touches, 31 of 35 passing, 3 of those passes into the final third. He had 11 defensive actions, 6 recoveries, 6 clearances, 2 of 4 on ground duels and aerial duels. I love seeing the aerial duels. It's something that this team badly needs. So that's also good to see too. And again, man, Maloney is just so steady, man. That's probably the best compliment I can give him, is the fact that, every single week when we do this and every single week that we get to the Bundesliga, he just sticks out as, a model of consistency. Very rarely does he put in bad performances, but I look forward to this every single week. Quickly though, a shout out to John Brooks, who played a little bit for Hoffenheim this weekend. Nothing really to write home about, but it's nice to see him back on the pitch and getting some minutes. As far as the U.S. men's national team is concerned, this is absolutely big because, obviously we have a hole at the center back position. So the more that he plays and the more that he gets back up to form and shows some consistency, then we can start talking about USMNT call-ups. So good shout out there to John Brooks. And lastly, in Germany, Joe Scally, his Borussia Mönchengladbach side drew 1-1 with Mainz. I rated him out at 7. He played the full 90, 58 touches, 35 passing, 10 defensive actions, 4 recoveries, 2 interceptions, 2 clearances, 6 of 10 on ground duels. And of course, this is, the typical Joe Scally performance. There's nothing necessarily to write home about it offensively because he's a stay-at-home right back. But he did a great job, man. I mean, the numbers don't lie. He's about as solid as you want. But that being said, for the U.S. men's national team, when just the way that we play our fullbacks, they're actually wing backs, and Joe Scally unfortunately doesn't provide that offensive push that we like. But chances are pretty good. We're going to continue to see him. Let's move to the Netherlands now, and we begin with PSV, Malik Tillman. They won 6-0 against PEC Zwolle. Malik Tillman rated out at a 9. He was awesome. Played the full 90, 1 goal on 3 shots, 81 touches, 50 of 52 passes, 6 of those passes into the final third, 2 of 2 with successful dribbles, 12 defensive actions, 9 recoveries. This dude was awesome this week. Granted, a little context here because PEC Zwolle is not a great team at all. But that being said, you can only play against the next opponent that's up on the schedule, and it just happens to be that. But that being said, you take advantage of the teams that are in front of you and their lack of talent, and PSV certainly did that. And of course, that we always talk about goalkeeper or center back with the U.S. men's national team. We don't necessarily talk about the 10 in the context of the reason why we can't seem to free up our nines. And that's the thing, especially the way that Pochettino likes to operate with having that high roaming 10. It's going to be huge for Tillman to be able to take that role and make it his. We haven't seen it so far, but the more that he has these results and the more that you gain confidence in his ability to do it, I think that eventually that's going to carry over to the national team. And these performances are consistent, and it's just a matter of time until we start seeing at a national team level. How about Ricardo Pepi, who gets man of the match for PSV? He rated also as a 9 as well, too. He plays the full 90, 2 goals. He gets the brace, 5 shots, 36 touches, 12 in the opposition box, 14 of 16 passes, 2 of 2 in successful dribbles. Ricardo Pepi was phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. And again, timing is everything. But the reality is, when we start looking across the U.S. men's national team strikers and you start looking for consistency in which name starts to pop out a little bit, and it's Ricardo Pepi. Yes, he took off before the Mexico match, but that being said, he gets the goal against Panama, and now all of a sudden he's continuing this hot run of form with the club side, and it's almost you're almost in a position where the next set of the next camp coming in, you can almost see yourself watching Ricardo Pepi be the starter in that one. Good competition between him and Josh Sargent, while Ballo is out. But that being said, brilliant performance. When it comes to these two, the numbers don't lie. These guys are starting to become consistent goal contributors with PSV. So fantastic performance this weekend for the both of them. It's nice seeing the goal contributions. I love it, man. So keep up the good work. And now, lastly, here in the Netherlands, let's talk about Paxton Aronson. His FC Utrecht side lost 2-0 to Feyenoord. Paxton, I had him at a 6.7. He played the full 90. He had 2 chances created, 41 total touches, 4 of those in the opposition box, 12 of 14 in passing, 2 of 3 successful dribbles, except he was dispossessed 3 times. It wasn't that great of a performance for Paxton. And I had grown accustomed to, Paxton's production. But Feyenoord's a pretty good side. And FC Utrecht, was a very young team. So, these stumbles are going to happen along the way. But, I'm sure Pax is going to rebound from this. And I'm looking forward to seeing it. So, it is what it is. Also making an appearance this week is Taylor Booth, who had been out injured, who came back into the squad, was looking to get some minutes. This week he did feature. I had him rated as a 5.8. He played 74 minutes, so that's awesome to see. 19 total touches, 4 in the opposition box, 6 of 8 passes, 2 into the final third, and he was 2 of 3 in aerial duels. So it's nice to see Taylor back getting regular minutes for FC Utrecht, and now all of a sudden some of these guys that we saw at the Olympics are starting to get back into regular squad rotation, which is absolutely huge. We're just going to pump the brakes up on USMNT Collins at this point because we want to see consistency when it comes to minutes, especially for a dude like Taylor Booth. But I gotta say, man, it was a pretty solid performance from Taylor, man. And I'm happy to see him out there getting minutes. So congratulations to Taylor. Overall, I thought the performances within the Eredivisie for U.S. men's national team players were great. Tillman and Pepi, there's a good chance we'll see those two starting in November. Turning to Spain in La Liga, how about Real Betis's 1-0 win over Atletico Madrid. Johnny Cardoso rated out at an 8.2. He played the full 90. 78 total touches, 32 of 42 passing. 4 of those passes were into the final third. 15 defensive actions, 8 recoveries, 4 interceptions, 8 of 12 ground duels. Brilliant. Brilliant performance from Johnny Cardoso. And again, I sound like a broken record, man. But that being said, man, timing is everything, and it's good to see these type of performances, right? And if they're consistent, there's a good chance that we're going to start seeing Johnny Cardoso get called in. Leonard Maloney, Tanner Tessman, Aiden Morris. That's the thing. It's like the more these guys push up, it's going to make Tyler Adams come to a higher level. If not, one of these guys ends up potentially taking starting minutes away from him. But that's maybe putting cart before the horse, but you get what I'm saying. Good performance from Johnny Cardoso. And finally, we turn our attention to the Belgian Pro League. And Marlon Fossey, his Standard Liège side lost 3-0 to Royal Antwerp. I have rated out at a 7.2. I thought he played well. 84 minutes, 54 touches, 29 of 33 passing, 4 chances created, 3 passes into the final third, 6 defensive actions, 3 clearances, and 2 of 3 in aerial duels. And Marlon Fossey, this is like standard for Marlon. He is starting to come into his own. And it could be that time when we start talking about maybe him making a step up, maybe to the Bundesliga, maybe to the Eredivisie, maybe to maybe even Ligue 1. Maybe. Just throwing that out there. And lastly, Griffin Yao did make an appearance. I had him rated out at 6.8. I think his Westerlo side ended up winning 2-0. He played 45 minutes. He had 3 shots on goal, 33 touches, 5 in the opposition box, 15 of 17 passing, and 6 recoveries defensively. And that's nice as well, too. We talked about Taylor Booth earlier. It's nice to see some of these guys from the Olympics starting to make appearances in the squad. This is absolutely huge. And again, we're going to do the same thing with Griffin Yao as we did with Taylor Booth. We're going to pump the brakes a little bit on USMNT Collins. We want to see consistency. And I don't think we're asking all that much. But that being said, man, it was a phenomenal weekend for the U.S. men's national team abroad. Let me know who you felt had a very good week. And, go ahead, leave them in the comments. Make sure you hit the like button, but also, hit the subscribe button as well, too. Also, hit the notification bell and, just so you're up to date on some of the things that are going to be coming out here on Stateside Footy. So thank you again for tuning in. I hope you guys have a great week, and then we'll be back next week for another edition of Yanks Abroad. Thank you, guys. Have a great day.